Okay, hi, thanks for checking out my video today. I just wanted to quickly walk you through some of the code. Um, like I mentioned before, that most of my time was spent creating a DLL that housed all the ported avatar framework code. And so right here, just adding a reference to pull in that library um, so that it's available for use. Um, Also, the other thing to make that alarm go off, I ported over existing Java code I had for the alarm processing. I didn't post this on the project. If anybody's interested in how to have threshold alarms that can be greater than, less than, equal, um, put a comment in there. I can probably put this up on GitHub or something. I didn't want to jam all this in the project. Um, so moving on, let's go take a look at the app. With Visual Studio, you're going to get your main page derived from derived from page, but the difference here is we're adding in these two interfaces, the discovery data handler and the listen data handler. And they are from the avatar framework, and they are, when you have discovery data available, this is a callback function that gets implemented, and when you have sensor data available, you get called back on this function. It's actually pretty simple to use, and that was the whole idea. Get you writing control applications and get into those algorithms and not have to worry about how you're getting the data. And so that's the whole goal here, to make it very simple. And as you can see, there's only three objects that you have to create. And if you were reading my write-up, it's the big three: the discovery, configuration, and subscribing to data. And so that's what these three classes do for you. I also got a class in there for the data table. It's basically like a dictionary, and it uses the MAC address as the key, because that's the thing that's going to stay constant. IP addresses could change, host names could change. Um, so that's pretty much and I had to just, I should mention that I had to add, besides for the discovery data table, this observable collection of device items. And basically every item I put in the discovery table that I can look up with the MAC address, I also put a copy in this device items, which is attached to the list view, and it makes it automatically update. So that way, as modules are being discovered, they're automatically popping up in the list view. So we can move on to, here's your main page that when you're starting up, just kind of doing UI stuff. And well, I'm going to buy this. This is a pretty cool function. I saw it online somewhere, and I just pasted it in here. I have it ifed out, but if I put it in, when it runs, it'll actually, any voice that's loaded on the system, it'll have the voice announce itself and say who its name is, and you can hear what it sounds like. I just thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, so you do your regular UI stuff, and then before this main function uh, ends, basically all you have to do is call the subscribe with the this pointer, since you have an interface for the discovery data, and then start the receive task going inside the framework. And at that point, any modules that announce themselves, you'll get a callback uh, with the data, and we'll cover the callback function down a little further down. You could, at that point, go ahead and poll. There's a poll function that will go out and ask all the modules to identify themselves. This way you can, as soon as you come up, you can learn all the modules that are available to you in the network. And so could have done it right there, but I got a little fancy. I ported this runnable member over where I can just give the name of the function, and you can see do a start and it starts it running. And so for my poll routine, I wait 3 seconds, let everything come up. Then I do a poll, and it basically will wait an hour. Just doing it for the heck of it. Don't really have to do it. Once you do a poll and you find out who's there, any new module that gets powered up will automatically announce itself. Got functions here. If you're used to C#, you know that you have to update the UI on the UI thread. So I have these here so that I can schedule UI tasks to do the updates. If you're not all that familiar with C#, but you want to get into it, that's something you're going to have to learn, because it'll foul you up. And also, you probably, if you saw the demo, you saw it speak the alarms, and here's a separate voice task that I made just because that's slow and asynchronous, so that it can run without holding up the program. And so now we're into the notify discovery data. This is the callback function from the discovery task, and that function has an event type, and so basically I'm just looking for anytime it's an event of a new module being found, I go ahead and call that update task for the UI, and in the UI context that I had saved off up at the top of the when the program started. This way it'll pass the data in and update the UI. The list view will get updated. And then this stuff is just for UI. And then we've got, here's the notify callback. That's after we subscribe to data. Then we get the data flowing in, and basically it goes and looks in the device table to find the module whose data we just got, and it goes ahead and it's checking out the alarms to see if based on this new data any alarms are going to go off. And then we if we've got it selected in the list view and we've got the details up for that module, then the latest data, you know, for temperature, humidity, and all is updated. And again, it's got to be done in the UI context. And that's pretty much it. The rest of this stuff is just typical UI stuff. You can peruse that at your leisure. So that's pretty much the highlights. And again, thanks for watching. See ya.